Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. It's time for NWSL soccer as the season resumes for the Orlando Pride. Tonight they host the Washington Spirit. First home game in 41 days for the Pride. The fans are ready, and so are we. Great to have you with us, everybody. Drew Felios alongside the Director of Coaching for the Orlando City Girls program, Alan Huff. And Alan, this is a huge game for Orlando. How important is it tonight?
I think tonight's game is very important. I think the Pride need 3 points to get themselves back up in the playoff picture, and they need some momentum going into the last 5 games.
And they need their top goalkeeper to play well. She is back in the lineup tonight. Ashlyn Harris returns to the field, and before the game, she had a chance to check in with our Mackenzie Thurkle.
Ashlyn, now it's been 26 days since the team's last game, and even longer since you and the rest of the national team ladies have been with the team. How hard of a break is that on a team in the middle of the season?
It's always difficult because I think when we, before break, we had a good momentum. We had all of our players. We were in a good spot. We were in a good position, on the table in terms of making a push off a spot. But now we've kind of let a few games slip out of our hands, and we've been gone, and now we're kind of trying to play catch up, and that's tough. And to be fair, we just got in, a few days ago, and we're trying to get molded back in with the system and with the team, and it is tough. It's hard to create a good cohesion and gel when you're in and out so often, but we're not the only ones. Every team's dealing with the same exact thing, so we got to catch up quick.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Orlando hoping a lot comes together on the field tonight. Hosting the Washington Spirit. We'll get you ready for the kickoff coming up next.
Tell us we are weak. It will make us strong.
We are tough.
We are fearless.
We are relentless.
Tell us we can't do it. We will prove you wrong.
We are determined.
We are powerful. Pride is never giving up.
Pride is fighting till the end.
Pride is not only what we have,
It's who we are.
we have Orlando Pride. Do you?
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
Just about set for kickoff here in Orlando, Camping World Stadium. The Pride taking on the Washington Spirit. Only second all-time meeting between these two teams. And for Washington tonight, they welcome back to the lineup, fresh off the United States Women's National Team, Crystal Dunn.
Yeah, Crystal's a very good player. She's a dynamic attacking player in the final third. She's going to be a constant threat all evening, and Orlando Pride are going to have to keep her quiet there to win 3 points tonight.
And for the Orlando Pride to make a run here in the latter part of the season, Alex Morgan is going to have to step up big.
Absolutely. Alex is a senior player, and she's going to be expected to step up here. She's a star player, and we're going to need goals if she's going to make the playoffs.
Take a look at that Spirit starting lineup. Got to notice that back line right off the start. They've only allowed 13 goals so far this season.
Yeah, they got the best defense in the league right now, and you know, Orlando's going to have to play very well to penetrate that defense tonight. We're going to hope that Alex Morgan can get on the ball and score a goal, and it's going to be pivotal for them. They're in a 4-3-3. They're very dynamic in terms of their movement in the final third, so I'm expecting a tough game.
Jim Gabar, the head coach of the Spirit in his first season, doing a great job wearing both hats of coach and GM. He has got a deep, talented lineup on the Washington side. And for the Pride, we talked about Alex Morgan in the open, but also have to mention Edmonds, number 12, and Whitteman, number 26. They've been stellar this season.
Yeah, Orlando set up in a 4-2-3-1. They're going to need to control the tempo of the game. They're going to have to get on the ball, try and play through midfield, and see if they can get some of their attacking players to join Alex in the final third, and hopefully get Edmonds going beyond the striker to see if she can get some of the important goals like she did against Boston Breakers in that epic game.
It's the second all-time meeting between Orlando and Washington. Coach Tom Sermanni wants to split the series. Last time these two teams met, June 18th, a 2-0 win for the Spirit, and a game in which they dominated. Orlando frustrated on that day up in Maryland, hoping to turn things around here today. It is a humid day in Central Florida, and also keep in mind on something else. This has been a very busy stadium over the past few days. We had soccer here on Wednesday night. We had NFL preseason here last night. And Coach Sermanni's Orlando Pride ready on the third night of sports in a row here at this wonderful venue to take home a win.
Yeah, they've been putting a lot of water on the field. Pre-game, so hopefully that's going to encourage players to pass the ball, and hopefully the ball will move quickly, and we're in for an exciting game.
Last time the Orlando Pride have taken the field, July 31st, a 1-0 loss at Boston. They have dropped their last 3 contests. A lot riding on this game tonight. As you take a look at Ashlyn Harris back in the goal, and we're underway. Spirit full of speed and firepower. We'll see that early and often as Crystal Dunn. Already a nice pass to the left side. And Orlando already backtracking as we've already got a corner kick about 20 seconds into the match.
Yeah, set pieces are very important, so Orlando are going to have to be well organized here to make sure they don't concede an early goal.
Eddie Weatherholtz making sure she is in position. Take a look at Coach Ibarra on the Washington side. Now the in-swinger in position, and that nearly a goal. The header was set up beautifully, but ball drifted just a little bit to the left.
Yeah, that was a great header. I think the defender just did enough to put her off to send it out for another corner.
Yeah, that was Lohman who they set up perfectly. So
I think Tony
Presley to make sure she is checked for sure.
Yeah, I think Tony Presley just did enough there to stop the goal.
So a couple set pieces to start the match. Not the way the Pride wanted to get going here at home. This time able to clear it. And Orlando's defense tightening up just a bit. Another dangerous ball. The Pride cleared just in time.
Yes, they need to relieve a bit of pressure here and try and get hold of the ball. This is not the start Orlando was looking for.
Washington team on a roll during that time where they were short players because of Olympic play. They won 4 out of their last 5. Just seamlessly made that transition. The Pride, meanwhile, struggled.
Yeah, I think Washington were able to handle the international break there the best. They've got a deep squad and they're able to win some games. And I think Orlando, with their international players being at the Olympics, they probably suffered the most. So it's good to get a few of them back tonight. There's still a few missing, but hopefully Alex and Ashlyn can make the difference.
There's Kelsey Wise, starting goalie tonight for the Spirit. She's a former Florida State Seminole. Also, is from Coral Springs, her hometown. Has several players with Florida ties. Suiting up in white here tonight. Got 3 Seminoles, though.
Yeah, there's a few
for Washington.
Yeah, there's a few girls that have played at Florida State. There's a couple of girls that are local girls here from Florida as well. Katie Stengel, who's on the bench, she's a Melbourne girl. So there's Florida's well represented in tonight's game.
Stengel making her homecoming. Hope to see her in action later on. So the Spirit controlling the tempo. There's a bad pass, and now Orlando will try and capitalize, but a little sloppy ball handling by the team in purple here.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity there. That was wasted.
Now it's Williams attacking for Washington. So Ashlyn Harris, the backup goalie on the United States women's national team, a little bit rusty coming into tonight. She admitted, Alan, because she did not get a lot of playing time at the Olympics, so she's going to need a few minutes to kind of get her timing back down once again.
Yeah, I'm sure she's been training pretty hard though, and you know, she'll still be sharp. So I expect Ashlyn to have a big game tonight. I think she's going to, you know, she's going to make some good saves, and she communicates very well. She's always off her line, so I don't see her having too many problems this evening.
Pride starting to possess. That pass going to sail across the touchline. Will be a throw in for Washington. Allie Krieger. So take a look at Coach Sermani. He said, you don't hear coaches say this very often, but he was not hesitating to call this a must-win game here tonight as the Spirit attack again. And there's a save just in the nick of time by Kaylin Cobb.
Yeah, Orlando really need to try and get hold of the ball right now. They're turning the ball over too quickly, and now they're getting attacked, and the ball's constantly in their own half right now. They've really got to try and see if they can get hold of the ball and establish some possession.
So Christine Narum, a former Penn State Nittany Lion, will now be the in-swinger. Dangerous ball kept alive by the Spirit, and now Narum going to handle it once again. The Pride on their heels here. The second dangerous opportunity thwarted by Orlando. Trying to kind of regroup here in the opening minutes.
Again, you know, they need to keep the ball a little bit better. They've regained possession there, and within 2 passes they've lost it, and that's going to be a difficult night if Orlando continue to play like this.
You're seeing here early, Alan, just signs of a team that is a little bit out of sync. Would you agree?
Yes. I mean, they need to settle into the game. I mean, fortunately, they've had, you know, 3 set pieces that haven't caused us any problems, but right now...
Now the Spirit attacking once again. Here's Williams. Makes her move as Harris has to come out, and she'll stop that one once again. Williams with time and space is not a good thing for the Pride.
No, she played at Florida State. She's a very dangerous player, and you've already seen that in the first couple of minutes here. She's picked the ball up and she's looking to drive and beat players 1v1, and she's had a lot of success early on. So Orlando have to again get close to her and see if they can start to just establish some possession themselves and see if they can get their own attacking players in the game.
Spirit at first place atop the NWSL standings. Showing just why here in the opening minutes. Pride have kept them off the scoreboard. Just in the 8th minute, though. Long way to go here in Orlando. Allie Krieger, so important in the Spirit's attack. Crowd alive and well here at Camping World Stadium. First time in over a month they've had a chance to cheer on their Pride. They miss this team. It's a team that has really captured the hearts of this community in their inaugural season of play, haven't they?
Oh, I think it's been great for Florida soccer that we have a women's professional team here. The game's continuing to grow. The NWSL's doing a great job, and hopefully a couple of more MLS franchises will expand into the NWSL and continue to grow the game.
Pride continue to have a hard time possessing. They'll toss it in on the far side. There's Kyle now. Coach Sermani harped on the defense and how they must stay disciplined tonight. Now Levin tries to make it happen, and another ball that gets away from Orlando. Nice hustle play there, though, by Spencer. In the box. Shot taken, and just a bit high. Good idea and the best opportunity so far for the Pride.
Yeah, Edmonds had a good chance there. Just fell onto her left side. Just fell off a little bit and hit it over the crossbar. That was a good opportunity. I'm sure Coach Sermani would have liked to see her hit the target there.
Edmonds has had such an outstanding season. Talk about her play. You go back to that Boston game where she had those big 2 goals to win that game in thrilling fashion.
Yeah, they're going to need. They're definitely going to need a couple of games like that out of her. That was a good chance, really. I would have expected her to at least test the goalkeeper. That was a disappointing finish.
Now the Pride starting to put some pressure on the Spirit. Try and chase this one down, Tony Presley. Hometown girl hailing out of Melbourne.
This is what Orlando Pride need. Just break out into their build-up shape, try and connect a few passes, just keep the ball, slow the game down a little bit, and see if they can start to get themselves into this game.
There's that defense for Washington. It's so tough to penetrate.
Yeah, I'm not so sure the long balls is something that Alex is going to get a lot of joy from tonight. They're going to have to try and play better, play through midfield, and see if they can get some of the attacking players in 1v1 areas out wide.
So you have a great defense like Washington is sporting tonight. Would you say that's a better way to attack it rather than the long ball?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get much success out of the long ball. I think they're going to have to try and get maybe 2v1s with the outside backs and the wide players in wide areas, see if they can get some numbers up and get around the outside. I think trying to penetrate through the middle with long balls, I don't see Washington having too much difficulty dealing with that.
These Spirit forwards can absolutely fly. Now from the right side, that's going to be deflected. They get down the field so quickly. And the Pride able to knock that one out. It'll be a throw-in for the Spirit. Jasmine Spencer has taken her game to the next level for Orlando, but Coach Sermani says there's still a few more levels that she can elevate to.
Yeah, I think Jasmine's got some great skills and some very good attributes. I think at the crucial moment, when she needs to be calm and execute, she can be a little bit too quick and make some rash decisions and not quite play the correct pass, maybe not quite get away the correct shot. And Tom's going to be looking for her to be a little bit more clinical because she does a lot of great work in the final third.
That ball gets away. And a goal kick for Orlando. Here in the 13th minute, Pride have settled in just a bit. This game started off with a flurry, with Washington not able to cash in. Now Orlando starting to establish some rhythm.
Yes, they need to continue like this. Just keep moving the ball around. The back line of Washington's quite high right now. They're pressing Orlando pretty high up the pitch. So if they can move the ball quickly, and then play some balls into the space, they can get some success. But just hitting long balls and hoping is not going to break their Washington defense down. They've got to have a little more purpose and a little bit better in terms of building through the layers to get to that attacking point.
You don't realize, too, when you watch Washington play, this is a very physical team.
Yeah, again there, you know, a long ball. Alex is just flicking it on, and we've turned over possession. They've got to start to play through midfield.
Here's Krieger. Taken away, and now the Pride trying to get a counter going. Spencer taking down, and our first whistle of the evening.
Yeah, I expect maybe Tony to serve this, or Kristen. They've both got a great delivery, and hopefully Orlando can get something off this set piece.
That was Lohman on the back of Spencer. Here's Edmonds. Kristen Edmonds, called by Coach Sermani the most consistent player for the Pride this year. She has a beautiful ball there. The goal's open. As coming out was Weiss. That was an open goal, but the Pride could not capitalize.
Yeah, that was unlucky. That was a really good ball into the box there. Alex did well to get in front of the goalkeeper's eye line. And as that ball dropped, they just need a little bit of luck for that to drop the right side, and that could have been 1-0 to the Pride. That was a great set piece.
Playing a team as good as Washington, when they make a miscue like that, you've got to make them pay eventually.
Yeah. I mean, you probably needed some luck there just for that to drop in the correct place, so Alex could have put that in. But they're going to need some luck tonight, I think, to get the win. So hopefully a couple of more set pieces, and they can put some balls into the area. The starting goalkeeper for Washington is with the Canadian national team right now, so hopefully that may be a sign of a weakness that Orlando Pride can exploit tonight.
Now Pride attacking once again, double teamed. Looking for a whistle, does not come. It was Levin that time, former Stanford Cardinal. Coach Sermani wants his players to stay tight and organized here tonight. You've seen in moments during a game, players sort of looking at each other. That's all communication and chemistry. What needs to be better here in the final 5 games.
Yeah, I think a couple of times on the attack, you know, they've been isolated a little bit 1v1, so the back four's just got to do a little bit better in terms of communicating and working together to make sure that, you know, they don't get caught 1v1, because I think that's, when you look at the athleticism and the pace of the Spirit, that's going to cause Orlando problems if they're not organized.
One gets away. It'll be a Pride throw in on the far side. Orlando 5-2 at home this season. These have been friendly confines for sure. Open the home cooking pays off here against Washington. Harris now taps it ahead to Edwards. Taken away. Now the Spirit. Oh, that could have been dangerous.
Yeah,
right past the foot.
Orlando were lucky there. That was a pretty easy ball into the forward, and she missed that pass. But again, Kaylin was a little slow in terms of playing that ball into midfield, and that was a good opportunity for Orlando, but then ended up with a good opportunity for the Spirit, just with a poorly weighted pass.
Several players on both of these rosters taking part in the Olympics. But for the Pride, the biggest loss coming out of that experience was Steph Catley, who is done for the season. We'll talk more about that here in the next few minutes. As this ball a little bit too far, Crystal Dunn had a good idea. But without Catley the rest of the way, how does that affect things, Alan, as the Pride hope for a playoff berth?
Well, Catley played every game for the Pride. You know, she's broken a metatarsal, so she's going to be out for the rest of the season. And that's going to be a big loss to the Orlando Pride back line for sure.
Not just Catley, but also Laura Alloway.
Yeah,
she is out, but her absence is going to be about a week.
Yeah, another Australian Olympian that played out there. She's come back with an injury. Apparently, she may only be out for a week, possibly 2. But again, another senior player that Orlando are going to need healthy if they're going to make the playoffs.
Williams playing that 1-2 with Dunn. Another whistle there as Edmonds tried to slow her up. It'll be fun watching those players go at it. Edmonds with Williams and Dunn here tonight. This is Ali Krieger. Right in the center of the field. That's where they want it. Pride able to get a body in front, and then that shot just to the left. Harris, though, was frozen for just a moment. So Orlando once again lucky.
Yeah, I think Toni Presley slips here at an important moment, but she manages to get up in time, and 3 of them close that ball down, and that was a pretty good defending there. They switched off early from the set piece, but were able to recover and block that shot. So in particular, Toni there did very well.
Looked like Harris for a moment was surprised that they had a second chance on that ball.
Yeah, I think she was pleased to see that go past the post at that point.
Player goes down, and Lohman tries to take advantage for Washington. Once again, the Pride with Kaylin Kyle. She has been in the right spot so far tonight.
Yeah, Kaylin's high energy. She covers a lot of ground. You know, she's a winner. She wants to win games, and she's a leader out on the pitch. So I expect, you know, her to be in the right place a lot this evening. And again, she's going to have a big game.
Official gets in the line of fire there. Another lost possession for Washington. Just over 20 minutes into this contest. Orlando and Washington. Great to have you with us tonight. Drew Felios. Thrilled to be joined by Alan Huff, the director of the Orlando City girls program. Ball stays alive as now it's a foot race. It'll roll out though across the touchline, the Orlando throw-in.
I think in these early stages, looking at the game right now, Williams down this right-hand side is causing Orlando a lot of problems, and I think that Tammy's going to have to have a good game to close her down. There's not much coming down the spirits left, but down this right-hand side right now with Williams, she looks like she could be the game winner. So Orlando are going to have to start to make some tactical adjustments to make sure that she doesn't get too much joy.
Edmonds sends it upfield. Morgan just could not control it. Looking a little bit out of sync here in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's very disjointed right now. Orlando really can't get much going on. Again, there, another mistake from the goalkeeper. I think that could be Orlando's opportunity this evening.
Here's
Goalkeeper
Edmonds.
looks nervous.
Ball taken away as she goes to the turf. Once again, it's Kyle. She has been money along that back line and sets the table once again for the Pride. But that final third, just not there here at the start.
Again, they're just looking a little bit too long right now. It's a little bit hopeful, just trying to put balls into areas and not enough quality, and they're going to have to improve.
Here's Krieger. Ahead to Williams. Williams tough to check so far. That ball rolls out, and Harris will take care of it for the Pride. Good job by Levin to track her down.
Yeah, she did well there. Very good defending.
I asked Coach Sermani which players need to step up for Orlando the rest of the way. He was very hesitant, did not want to put it on one particular player. He said our experienced players collectively need to step up?
Yeah, I think you'll find head coaches normally don't like to single out individual players. You know, they'll talk about the team, they'll talk about units and collectively what they need to do. But, you know, for me, I think Alex Morgan's a pivotal player for this team, and they're going to need to get goals from Alex. I think Ashlyn's going to have to come up big with some key saves. But generally, right now, some of the senior players just need to try and get on the ball, be confident, and try and establish some possession and some rhythm in this game right now. Orlando's turning it over way too quickly.
Kelsey Weiss sends it out for Washington. Harris gets a chance to touch for Orlando. So far, neither team has really looked settled in this contest.
No, I think Washington started the game very brightly. Outside of Williams on this wide right getting involved, she's probably the star player of the game right now. Outside of that, it's been a little bit disjointed. There's not a lot of rhythm from either side.
I think the players on the field realize the importance of this game. For Washington, they could clinch a spot in the postseason. Need a little bit of help tonight, but it definitely can happen.
Yeah, we're 25 minutes in now, so hopefully the game will start to settle, and we'll start to get a little bit of rhythm.
If the Spirit win and Sky Blue FC and Seattle both lose, the Spirit would in fact clinch a playoff spot. Meanwhile, Orlando just trying to get back into the thick of things. As now it's Krieger.
Yeah, I think with 5 games remaining, the Spirit are pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot. So I think tonight's game is more important for Orlando. I think if they don't get 3 points tonight, it's going to be very difficult for them to stay in the playoff hunt.
Spirit have 32 points. Pride climbing uphill with only 18. Orlando trying to get it in position on that right side. And no set pieces so far for the Pride. Had a chance for one there.
Yeah, I think Orlando there just got a little bit of joy trying to beat the players on the outside there. I think that's where the success is going to come from, trying to beat players in wide areas. They got the cross in there, but didn't quite beat the front player. But I think that's where the success is going to come from Orlando tonight.
Weatherholt the service. There it is. Just a glove on it by Wise to keep it out of the net. Orlando nearly went on top 1-0.
Yeah, that was Alex Morgan at her best there. I mean, it's a pretty hopeful ball in, but Alex does a great job of running in front of the defender. It's a phenomenal header, and keeper makes a great save. That was unlucky not to go 1-0 up there.
The Pride take one more shot. Shot on goal just to the left. Well, once again, Washington able to avoid the goal. I'll let you know you can join our waiting list for the 2017 season today. Reserve your spot in line and purchase tickets as soon as they become available for the brand new downtown stadium. To reserve your spot, just place your $75 deposit today by visiting OrlandoCitySC.com/waiting list. So much excitement surrounding that brand new stadium. It is going to be something else.
Yeah, Soccer Pacific Stadium is going to be great. I think it's 27,000 fans. It's going to be a great atmosphere in that stadium. You know, the Citrus Bowl is a great place to play, but as you can see, it's a very big stadium, and the atmosphere and the game a little bit gets lost. I think when Orlando move into their new stadium and it's their home.
Great play by Morgan. able to get it loose, but the ball winds up once again in the hands of Weiss.
Yeah, Alex is just starting to come into the game there. There's a good header and it nearly got in. Hopefully she's just starting to settle in now. And like I say, if she's going to score tonight, I think it's going to be pivotal for Orlando to make the playoffs.
So a couple near goals by Morgan. Exactly what Orlando needs. And a foul's going to be called there. And the card immediately comes out.
Yeah, Tony just got caught underneath the ball a little bit there, and
It looks like both sides right now chirping a little bit at the officiating.
yeah, Kaylee Carl's normally into the game a lot, so she normally takes the lead and lets the referee know her thoughts on the game. So hopefully Orlando can deal with this set piece right now. Looks like we've got three over here on the back post. They look a little bit outnumbered, so hopefully they can get organised from this set piece, because this will be dangerous.
Harris directing traffic down there as Spencer now shifts to the far side of the field. It's the Christine Narum, one of the leaders, pace setters for the Spirit.
Based on the setup here, looks like there's something coming that they've been working on in training.
Hands off, ball sails out of bounds. Threat avoided by Orlando. As Tony Presley picked up the yellow on that last sequence.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a dangerous counter-attack, so Tony had to go for the ball there, and she just was a little bit late and picked up a yellow card, but that was a pretty dangerous attack, so maybe that was a good foul to make.
Over the last 10 minutes, we have seen Orlando starting to turn the tide, starting to be the aggressor and get some pretty nice opportunities.
Yeah, again, I think Alex has got involved in the game. You know, she's had a couple of good opportunities, so hopefully that'll start to give her a bit of confidence. And, you know, if she gets one more, hopefully she'll get the goal. Offside call.
Now it's Levin. Levin touches ahead. Spencer trying to catch up to it. And a collision there with Whitney Church. Oh, great hustling by Edmonds. That is going to get the crowd on their feet here in Orlando.
Yeah, again, Orlando attacking in wide areas, you know, getting a free kick, and again, they're getting some success, so hopefully they can put a good ball in here and see if they can get a goal.
Now Kristen Edmonds, the free kick. Crowd coming alive here at Camping World Stadium.
Disappointing. Got to beat the front player there on that service.
Levin gets it ahead. Was that free kick where it needed to be?
No, you've really got to beat the first defender when you're serving any form of free kick or corner. That was a disappointing ball, which was a great opportunity for Orlando there.
Now the Spirit attacking as the player goes down. It'll be a Spirit throw-in. Spirit sporting 4 Olympians. Diana Matheson is one. You've also got Stephanie LeBay, who is not back in the lineup. There's Harris once again, a great save for the Pride. Zadorsky another, those 3 winning bronze for Canada. And also Crystal Dunn, who is back in the lineup tonight for the Spirit. Here's a look at that last shot.
Yeah, there was a good play in wide area. That was a good shot, but Ashlyn had it pretty well covered, and good goalkeeping, pushing it away from goal, so there was no opportunity for a rebound. Solid goalkeeping there by Ashlyn.
Now some time and space for the Spirit. Nice one-on-one play there, broken up though by Orlando, making it tough on those Spirit forwards.
Yeah, Kaylin coming in with another good challenge there.
Spirit just do not stop attacking. They are relentless. Pride getting physical, and the crowd loving it. Spencer in the open field.
Yeah, I think that could be a yellow card as well.
Fans love the effort. Let's take one more look. This was a foot race.
Yeah, this is Spencer at her best. Being able with space to run into, defenders just can't catch her, and Krieger brings her down there, and I think she picks up a yellow card.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued on Washington 11,
So Ali Krieger assessed the yellow card. Now one yellow for each side. Once again, Kristen Edmonds. Controlled by the Pride. Just not able to get a clear look, though.
No, I think they were probably expecting that ball to get a little bit deeper towards the back post. Alex did pretty well to clean that up on her first touch, but again, not a great service.
Now it's Williams. Nice pass. Spirit attacking with Dunn this time. And the wall of Orlando defenders, once again, they're defended off.
Yeah, that Washington Spirit are putting Orlando in a lot of pressure back there, but the girls they're holding up pretty well. A lot of last-ditch tackles, but so far they haven't really been able to create a great opportunity. So Orlando defense is doing pretty good.
Coach Sermani wanted that defense to be tight. It has certainly been that over the last 20 minutes, outside of, say, the first 10 minutes of play.
Yeah, they've been tight there. When one player's got beaten, the other player's covered round, and they've done a pretty good job of helping each other.
That was Didasco, gets it in position. Williams with the good look, and the shot is the first goal of the match for the Spirit. Shaking free was Williams, and just like that, Washington on top 1-0.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a deflection in the corner there, but it fell to Williams, who I highlighted earlier as a danger player, and she was able to put it through Kaylin's legs, and it looked like a pretty good finish. Yeah. Oh, maybe even lucky. It looked like she might have slipped there. Yeah, I think maybe the slip might have pushed Ashlyn off there. She couldn't quite read where it was going to go, but she was in a great place. It was a great piece of skill to beat Kaylin, and she probably deserves the goal based on her first sort of 35 minutes in this game. She's been the biggest threat.
Really fought for that goal, too. Found an opening behind that wall. And the Spirit not letting up one bit. Boy, they are so explosive. There's a reason why they are the top team right now in the league.
Yeah, they're very dangerous in the final third. They've got a lot of pace, a lot of power, and, you know, Williams is playing on the right side, but as that ball spills, she's completely on the other side of the pitch, on the left side. That made that she was free. She was unable to be picked up, and when that fell to her, great piece of skill to put it through Kaylin's legs, and then just a little bit fortunate with the finish, but, you know, I think she deserves a goal tonight.
Well, fans, mark your calendar now for the 2016 National Women's Soccer League Championship, Sunday, October 9th at BBVA Compass Stadium in Houston. Be there to support our league, our game, and hopefully our team. Tickets for the championship game on sale now at NWSLchampionship.com. Prices start at $20. Start making your plans now to be in Houston for the NWSL championship match. A 1-0 advantage for the Washington Spirit. Goal by Williams to get the Spirit on the scoreboard. So if you are Orlando, Alan, do you make any adjustments at this point? Obviously, lots of soccer to be played, but sometimes against a team like this, 1-0 can feel like 3-0.
Well, I think they started to get themselves back into the game. They had a couple of good set pieces. Alex had a couple of good half chances, and Orlando, it started to become a pretty even game. I wouldn't change too much right now. I just think Orlando really need to just try and, when they win the ball back, keep the ball, try and establish a little bit of possession and see if they can move themselves up the pitch as a unit and see if they can get into wide areas where they may get some joy in the final third.
Williams, part of that Florida State 2014 national championship team. Now it's Edmonds. She nears the circle. Caprice Didesco will throw it in for Washington. Former UCLA Bruin. Orlando looking for a spark. Alex Morgan did have a few opportunities in this half. A couple chances, quality ones, but outside of that, the Pride have not been able to amount much. Let's see if they can here. That first goal would just go such a long way.
Yeah, I think Orlando are going to try and get Spencer on the ball a little bit more in more dangerous areas out wide. I think she might be the spark that can unite Orlando and get them the goal that they need. It'd be great if they could get one here before half-time, but with 5 minutes left, maybe Coach Samani can give them a boost at half-time.
Williamson done. Dunn and Williams. Dunn with it right now for Washington. 2 defenders on her, sends it back out and cleared by the Pride. Now it's Allie Krieger. Several players from this Washington team, not only Florida State Seminoles, also Penn State Nittany Lions and UCLA also well represented.
Yeah, some great programs being represented this evening. You know, Florida State do a phenomenal job in terms of developing players. Penn State, current NCAA champions, and obviously UCLA, who previous years have just been winning, and they've got some pretty big recruiting classes coming in, so the future's looking bright for UCLA as well. So I expect more players to be coming out of all those programs and moving into the professional leagues.
Spirit really controlling the tempo of this game.
Well, they're playing with the last 10 minutes. I think the goals help them. It's helped settle them down a little bit, it's given them a little bit of confidence. Williams is looking even more dangerous. I think her and Dunn maybe have switched positions here right now. It looks like Dunn's drifting a little bit more wide to get involved in the game, and they're starting to play with confidence.
Dunn lost it, and now the Pride try and counter at the center circle.
That's just not going to work for Orlando.
Why not?
There's just not enough numbers around Alex, so, you know, even if she manages to flick it on or put it into a position where it may be dangerous, the distance between the rest of the team and Alex is so big right now. She's really hoping that something can fall for herself and she's able to beat 2 or 3 defenders. And with the quality of this Washington back line, I just don't see that that's how they're going to score the goal tonight.
We'll have 1 minute of stoppage time here as we near the midway point. Orlando Pride and Washington Spirit. Great to have you with us tonight from Camping World Stadium in Orlando. Rice sends it out, nearly goes into the stands, as Orlando will have another chance to toss it in.
Yeah, there's not too many weak points in this Washington team, but I do feel that the goalkeeper has looked a little bit shaky tonight. So if Orlando can start to get some possession and some set pieces and put some good quality into the box, I think they may be able to catch the goalkeeper here tonight.
Still struggling a bit to possess, especially on Washington's side of the field. Passing just has not been crisp.
Well, there's not a lot of options either. You know, they look a little low on confidence, a little low on energy right now. There's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of options for the player on the ball. And, you know, again, just Orlando are really struggling to maintain possession. They've got to be a little bit sharper and a little bit quicker. Not just in terms of their ball movement, but in terms of their movement right now. Too many players are standing still.
There's for 1 minute of stoppage time.
Again, there, pressure on the goalkeeper. She's kicked it out for another throw-in. I think hopefully Coach Samani can recognise that and see if they can put some pressure on in the second half.
Kelsey Weiss, a couple of mistakes, but luckily for her team, did not equal any Orlando goals. And now the Spirit, once again, no defenders even close.
No, they're dropping off now. I think they're getting a little bit tired. I think the Orlando Pride players will be looking for the half-time whistle right now to get in. They've been under a lot of pressure in the first half, the back four.
Coach Samani's going to have to regroup at halftime. He continually has talked about the character and commitment of his team since the start of the season. This is truly a team that never gives up. Only a 1-0 contest, but still, Orlando's got some big-time fixing to do in the locker room.
Yeah, credit to Orlando. They never give up. They've always keep going. They've got some late goals, and they've found ways to get back into the game. But they're going to have to change the game plan, I think, here. The long balls to Alex Morgan, it's just not going to work.
All right, let's set it down on the field. Tom Sermani is standing by.
Tom, now your back line is withstanding waves of pressure from Washington. Yeah. How do you address that at half?
Well, we knew that was likely to be the case tonight, and particularly when we're playing against this wind at the moment. So that was always going to be what we had to do, and we felt that in our game plan. And I think, to be honest, most of the time we've done okay, and we've given away again a very, very poor goal when we'd actually looked settled and really sort of stifled their attacks. With the wind behind us now in the second half, I think we just need to be a little bit more aggressive in our press and probably bring our back line a little bit higher, and then probably look at putting on some fresh legs.
Now, looking at your attacking side of the team, what adjustments need to be made?
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is keep the ball when we get it. That's the first thing. And then I think we need to move the ball a little bit quicker in transition when we win it. And that's about players being available and about players on the ball moving it quicker.
All right, thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie, with Tom Sermani. As at the half, Orlando trails the Washington Spirit by a score of 1-0. Coming up at the half, halftime stats and highlights as well. You're watching Orlando Pride Soccer taking on the Spirit here in Central Florida.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
Return ball, Kaká to the back post, and the goal is scored. Kyle Lawrence got a brace at the best time. Shoots, he scores! Dangerous position, free kick. Kaká to the back post, goal, Orlando City. Bendick with one hand back to the other. Chance on a build up here, the ball through to the back post, the shot is in the net. Kyle Aaron has his first goal against his hometown team.
Halftime at Camping World Stadium, the Orlando Pride trailing the Washington Spirit by a score of 1-0. Drew Felios alongside Alan Huff, the director of coaching for the Orlando City girls program, and it was a slow start for the Pride. About midway through the half, they were able to get it going, had a few chances with Alex Morgan. But the Washington Spirit able to get a late goal by Williams to go on top 1-0. And towards the end of the half, Pride looked a little bit tired, a little bit out of sync. Hopefully they can get things together here at the intermission. But let's take a look at the Spirit as Washington was attacking from the opening match.
Yeah, Williams was a constant threat from the start there. And, you know, Williams was always looking dangerous, always looking to beat players 1v1. And, you know, I mentioned it earlier in the commentary. I felt that the goal may come from Williams, and ultimately it did, and she probably deserved the goal.
Well, right there, great play by Sir. Creating on her own, nearly right there. That was a just
really should be testing the goalkeeper. Very similar chance to Williams' goal, actually. You know, when you look at the position on the field and how it happened, but the difference was Williams found the target, and unfortunately Edmonds put it over the crossbar.
Second try that time, sailed a little bit to the left for Washington, but they would have more chances. This
great forward play here from Alex. You see she's behind the defender. She recognises the ball, makes a great run in front of the defender. It's a really good header, and very unlucky not to score there. Actually, give the goalkeeper a lot of credit. That's an excellent save.
Yeah, great play by Kelsey Weiss. And the goal tonight for Washington. Pride would continue to apply the pressure, but here is Crystal Dunn. And that called a yellow card. So that would give a free kick to the Spirit. Kyle with some words for the officials. Big time save that time by Ashlyn Harris.
Yeah, good save there by Ashlyn. It got down low on us, but she was able to get to the bounce of the ball, push it wide, safety, and pretty much of a routine save. I would expect her to save that.
Had one yellow card on Orlando. Washington gets one as well on this play.
Yeah, again, Spencer there picking up the ball, driving forward. You know, Orlando's going to need more of that in the second half if they're to get into this game. She's been probably Orlando's brightest player in the final third right now.
Eventually, the Spirit go on top. Williams knocking on the door the entire half.
Yeah, Orlando actually did a pretty good job. They got two players and doubled down in the wide area, and it looked like we were going to deal with the initial ball, and they got a little bit lucky here and fortunate in the way that it spills out. But this was a great piece of skill. And, you know, I'll give her credit. She put it on frame and she got the goal, but I think she slipped there, and Ashlyn couldn't quite read where the ball was going to go.
So the Washington Spirit with a 1-0 lead. We'll have more from halftime here at Camping World Stadium when we return.
Mackenzie Third here for Lion Nation, a membership program that gets
you, the fans, closer to the team. And with that membership program, you also get exclusive content that gets you behind the scenes, such as when I got to follow around the ops team for the day on game day. And trust me, it wasn't as easy as it looks. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Like that or this way? So I'm going here. I'm just going to leave that there. Oh, God. Oh, this is going to be so close. Yes. You'll even get the chance to experience one-on-one interviews with players, coaches, and President Phil Rollins, who took time out of his busy schedule to sit down with us to talk about the newest stadium progression.
I had a very personal hand in designing the stadium. We looked at a lot of stadiums. We looked at several stadiums in Europe. You know, a lot of what we did with the wall was based on what Borussia Dortmund has. We looked at several EPL stadiums. But also we looked at stadiums in MLS, you know, what had been built recently here in the States. We went out to Portland and looked at the work they did in refurbishing their stadium. We went to Seattle, we went to Kansas City, we went to Houston, we went to Salt Lake. So we've been to many, many different stadiums. Red Bull Arena, Philadelphia Union. Took what we thought was the best of those stadiums and brought it into our home here in Orlando.
And as a member of Lion Nation, you can rack up points, which you can then turn in for priceless experiences, such as coming out to Sylvan for an Orlando City or Orlando Pride training, which is only 250 points. So if you're not a member, make sure you join today at lionnation.com.
It's Molino now for Orlando. Profit from that. It's Baptista, and Julio Baptista has brought the visitors roaring back to life. It's the beast. Rivas again. Good looking cross to the far post as a man open. There's the header and the equaliser for Orlando. Would you believe it? Kevin Molino has done it.
Here at intermission, Orlando and Washington, 1-0 advantage for the Spirit over the Pride as fans await the second half, a chance for us to size up both performances from either team and a little bit more even than you would think. It seemed like Spirit kind of had their way in that first half, but Orlando on the stat sheet holding their own somewhat.
Yeah, the stats are pretty similar. I think Washington just edged it, which you can see there. They looked a little bit more dangerous in the final third. I felt that they were probably going to be the team that was going to get the goal. I think the one thing that's missing off there is probably the possession. I think if you look at the possession, Spirit had most of the ball in that game, and Orlando, you know, have got to get on the ball more. Coach Samani spoke about it at halftime. You know, we've got to keep the ball, we've got to move it quicker, players have got to become available, and I think that's going to be what Orlando need to get back into this game.
So Orlando Pride players back on the field awaiting the second half. Will Orlando be able to turn things around here at home with only 4 games remaining after this one in their inaugural 2016 campaign? They trail 1-0, and we'll have the second half when we return right after this.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
The NWSL Championship is coming to Houston this October. So what's that mean? Here's your guide to the NWSL Championship in just 60 seconds by me, Melissa Henderson. The National Women's Soccer League is the top women's soccer league in the United States, featuring 69 national team players from around the world, including 37 Olympians and 19 members of the World Cup winning United States women's national team. Houston was pre-selected as the 2016 NWSL Championship host city. America's top 2 professional teams will meet in Houston for the NWSL Championship. It's the end of the line for pro women's soccer playoffs, and it's all going down in H-Town. So here's how it works. There's 10 teams in the NWSL. Top 4 teams in the regular season standings make it to playoffs, with the higher seed teams hosting each semifinal match, and the final 2 face off for the chance to lift the trophy. Support women's pro soccer and join us at BBVA Compass Stadium to see who will be crowned this year's champion. Sunday, October 9th at BBVA Compass Stadium. Get your tickets now at bbvacompassstadium.com.
Getting ready for the second half. Head coach Jim Gabarra of the Washington Spirit leading his team back onto the field. The Spirit with a 1-0 advantage over the Orlando Pride. There's Kemi Levin for the Pride, trying to get her team back in the winning column and hopefully work their way back up the standings. Right now, the Pride near the bottom half. Washington Spirit, best team in the league right now with those 32 points. Portland Thorns just behind. Also, Western New York and Chicago right now would be in if the playoffs were to end today. Remember, top 4 advance to the postseason. There you see the Pride on the cusp with Kansas City, Houston, and Boston.
Yeah, like we spoke pre-game, you know, I think this is a must-win game for Orlando to get into this playoff picture. So they're going to need to find a way to get back into this game in the second half. Hopefully, they can come out aggressive and attack from the front and see if they can get a goal. I think if they get a goal and the crowd can get behind them, they may get some momentum and see if we can get 3 points.
Meanwhile, on the Washington Spirit side, Spirit just going to keep doing what they've done since the opening.
More the same for Spirit, really. They controlled the game. Their defence did very well in dealing with Alex, and they looked very dynamic in the final third. So I think the Spirit will look for more the same, but I think the Pride will need a little bit more.
Well, remember, this is still the inaugural season for Orlando. I know we've talked a lot of hypotheticals tonight, whether they can get back in the winning column and make that push towards the postseason. But I think all things considered, if you are Coach Cimenti, you got to be pleased with the way your team has played in only their first season of action.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a new franchise coming into the league, they've done very, very well. I just think the expectation here at Orlando is high, whether you're the MLS team, your OCB, or the Pride. Big leadership group that are very, you know, put a lot of money in. They're building the stadium, and the expectations are high. So I know the players and the coaching staff and all the leadership group have high expectations, and I'm sure they're hoping that they make the playoffs. But all credit to the players so far. It has been a pretty good season to put themselves into this point. But I think if they can really push, they may just be able to get over the line and make the playoffs.
There you see the 2 superstars, Williams and Dunn, for the Spirit. They did it all in the first half. Crystal Dunn especially. Even though it was Williams who got the goal, Dunn in her first game back for Washington after a stint with the United States women's national team playing in the Olympics. Maddie Evans Back on the field for Orlando. There's Joanna Lohman. In her second season with the Spirit, coming over from Boston last year. Couple substitutes. 17 and 12 mark them down. As Callie Farquharson enters the game for Washington. Meanwhile, Stengel comes in for the Pride.
Now Stengel comes in there out wide there for Washington. I think as you looked at the game, I think a lot of the good play for Washington came down the side with Williams, but not a lot came down the other side. So the coach has made a small adjustment there, bringing Stengel in, and I would look for her to have an impact in this game as well.
And the Spirit have such a deep roster. How much of an impact do you think that'll have the rest of the way?
Yeah, I think, you know, playing in this heat, I think they'll be able to continue to make changes and not really affect the level and the tempo of the game. There's probably one player for them that didn't have a great game in the first half, and the coach has already made that change. So aggressive play there.
Weatherholt will toss it in again. Alex Morgan surrounded this entire game by that vaunted Washington defense. Well, they are so good at locating and just cutting things down before it escalates.
They do a very good job of getting compact and getting numbers around the ball, and it's difficult to find ways through the middle, which is, again, why Orlando are going to have to go around the outside and see if they can get some crosses into the box.
Kelsey Weiss, a few miscues in the first half, but no damage done. Now it's Lohman. Can attack you in so many different ways. Crystal Dunn from the left side, the service. And nobody was home that time, just over the head.
So looking at a little formation change here, it looks like Washington Spirit have brought Stengel on. She's going to play as the target forward, the number 9, and they've pushed Crystal Dunn out wide. So they've got Williams and Dunn out wide and Stengel through the middle. So I think that was a good change from the coach there.
Now Weatherholds and Edwards trying to settle things. Edmonds came back for Orlando. Now this is Tony Presley. Not much transpires that time. We want you to join our waiting list for the 2017 season today. Reserve your spot in line and purchase tickets as soon as they become available for the new downtown stadium. To reserve your spot, just place your $75 deposit today by visiting orlandocitysc.com/waiting list. Join our waiting list for the 2017 season today. Ashlyn Harris allowing the lone goal to Williams for Washington at the end of the first half. That's the only scoring we've had thus far tonight.
That's good there. Becky Edwards just dropping in from midfield just to get between the two centre-backs, trying to get some touches on the ball. In the first half, she was pretty much non-existent, but you can already see the change in the first half right now, where the centre-backs are split again. She's moving into that hole to try and get on the ball, and Orlando are going to need to see her more this half.
There's Whitteman. Samantha Whitteman's been a little quiet tonight for Orlando. She's had such a big role this season.
Yeah, she's going to have to play a little bit better in this half. Otherwise, I think Coach Samani might go to the bench and see if he can bring on a player that may be able to impact the game and bring something in the final third. I think he'll probably give her 20 minutes, and if it doesn't change, then I would look for that to maybe probably be the first change for the Pride.
The Keep in mind, Whitman only a rookie. You're going to have struggles throughout your first season, for sure. Especially against a team of this caliber in Washington.
Well, I think for Whitman as well, you know, Coach Samani's put her in numerous different positions. She's been very versatile. She's been a great player for them this year. But, you know, maybe tonight's not her night. Maybe it's a night for another player. So if that happens, hopefully she can find a little spark in this next 20 minutes and see if she can get something going in the final third for Orlando.
Now some rhythm and possession for the Pride. Orlando trying to get some purple jerseys ahead, trying to score to pass through there, but led a little bit too far as Kelsey Weiss comes up again for the Spirit.
Good start by Orlando there. They're pressing a little bit hard up the field. The build-out shape's better. Older mids are trying to get on the ball. They look a little bit more expansive, and you know, it's been a good start first 5 minutes here.
Last match for the Pride was July 31st. They were shut out 1-0 against Boston. So it's been a long time since this team has scored a goal.
Yeah, they're going to need a goal here, obviously, to get back in the game. But I think just to give them a little bit of confidence, maybe get the crowd into the game and give them some energy for this second half, because they're going to need maybe 2 or 3.
Nice touch that time. Spencer working once again along the right side. She has been a thorn in the side of the Spirit tonight.
Yeah, Spencer's having a good game. She's causing a lot of problems.
Spencer trying to get the angle. Now the service in. Ball was free for just a bit and still alive for Orlando. Morgan trying to get near it. The shot taken as it came right to.
I think that was Edmonds. The ball fell to there again, and you know, she's been a little bit quick to hit it and head over the crossbar. That was a pretty good chance.
Edmonds had a few of those chances tonight.
Yeah, she's had two good opportunities right now. She'll be disappointed that she's not failed to hit the target and test the goalkeeper. But again, that play all started from Spencer. Orlando's going to have to continue to just try and get her the ball as often as they can. When they do, good things are starting to happen.
Weatherholtz. Pride playing better soccer here in the opening minutes of the second half. That one, though, turned over, and now Crystal Dunn tries to work upfield. Went backwards, though. Now Orlando will toss it in.
Yeah, you can clearly see Coach Samani's thoughts prior to the half-time, and he's gone in and clearly made some tactical adjustments, and the players are buying into what he said, and you can see them now. The shape's better. They are starting to move the ball, and they're growing into this game. So hopefully this possession can start to turn into some opportunities, and they can get a goal.
That's exactly what Coach Samani right now is instructing. Continue to move it. Weatherholtz. Spencer. Near handball. Ball bounced up. No call, though, and now Edmonds has a chance to work again, but cut off.
Again, though, good work from Spencer there, and you know, Edmonds covering a lot of ground to try and overlap and get a 2v1 in a high area, and that's where Orlando's going to get some success.
Lohman and Krieger leading the way right now for the Spirit. Here's the service. A little bit of time and wide open. Shot on goal is in for goal number 2. Washington able to score once again as Christine Narum makes it 2-0.
Yeah, one of the central midfield players there just drifted out to the back post. She was unmarked, and Washington did a really good job of working the ball to her. And to be fair, it's a great finish, hard and low past Ashley.
Ladies and gentlemen, Washington goal scored by number 7, Christine Nairn.
How did she get this wide open?
I think one of the midfield players didn't track a run. I think, to be fair to Edmonds, I think she'd made this great run down this touchline to get a 2v1 with Spencer, and she just couldn't get back to cover the ground, and her player drifted in on the backside there and managed to get a goal.
So Christine Nairn makes it a 2-0 game. She's the player that really sets the tempo for the Washington Spirit.
Very good finish. Great composure there. You know, that's probably the difference between the opportunity that's fell to Washington and the couple of opportunities that's fell to Orlando. She steadied herself, picked a spot, put it in the bottom corner, and, you know, she's got that clinical now two-goal lead.
Now Morgan trying to work along the near side, able to keep the ball off the touchline. So now in a 2-0 contest, obviously the backs of the Pride are up against the wall. But I think still, if you get that first goal, that would mean so much for Orlando. But player down right now for the Spirit.
Yeah,
continue to play on.
2-0 occasionally can be a dangerous scoreline. You know, you think you've won the game, you can just start to take your foot off the gas a little bit. And then all of a sudden Orlando Pride get that goal, and then they get a lot of momentum, and before you know it could be 2-2. But I think it's going to be tough for Orlando to get 2 goals against this Washington backline tonight.
That's Tori Huster, midfielder out of Cincinnati, Ohio, another former Florida State Seminole. Was taken by the Spirit in the 2013 supplemental draft, has been a big part of this franchise ever since. She's a little bit shaken up. It's been a pretty clean game so far. Had a few moments in the first half, but other than that, pretty well played. That time feet just got tied up.
Yeah, not much in that there. The ball spills, both players going for the ball. I think she'll be okay.
Minute here at Camping World Stadium. Fans aren't going anywhere. Still waiting for that first Pride goal. Orlando gonna keep on pressing. Spencer started this play. Once again, the ball gets away, and now the Spirit will go to work.
Yeah, Orlando were trying to play there, just looking to combine in and around the box, and they were lucky not to connect that final pass. Hopefully they can continue to do that, and hopefully some chances will come.
Kaylin Kyle settling things right in the center circle. Now Orlando, bit of an opening on the far side. Nice service into the box, a little bit high off the header. Well, Morgan once again was set up perfectly. Second time she's had a chance at a goal.
Yeah, again, good play out wide, very good cross into the box. And once again, Alex Morgan's movement is very good in the box. She drifts between the two defenders, and she's pretty unlucky there not to get it over the crossbar. There, just drifts in, great header, just glanced it over the crossbar. That was unlucky. Maybe Edmonds might have even been able to call her off that, because she was coming in behind, and she may have had a better look at goal there. But that's what Orlando Pride's going to have to do. They're going to get in wide areas. They've got to cross the ball. Morgan's movement's very good, and every time they've done that with quality service, they've fashioned a good chance. So, again, I may see a change, I think, in the second half here. I like the young girl, Christina Burdenroker. I think she may come on. She's been quite dynamic in the final third. They may put her in a wide area to see if she can get something going.
Now it's Morgan. Player goes down, and the whistle. Morgan can't believe it. And neither can the crowd. And we are going to have some substitutions as Monica gets off the bench just a few days after arriving back from her stint from the Brazilian national team. Also, Sarah Hagen will check in as well.
Yeah. Maybe look for Monica to come in at centre-back and push Kaylin Kyle into midfield, give her a little bit of energy, a little bit of legs. That may be the change that I might look to do. And Hagen, obviously, is a good target forward who scored goals, so they're probably putting her on to hopefully she can get Orlando back into the game.
Now Didasco working for the Spirit.
I think with Hagen coming in, you may see Morgan drift out to the left-hand side and Hagen to play through the middle as a target forward.
Now it's Lohman retreating and feeding Dunn. Lohman once again. Here's the service right there, right up against Harris. Boy, and Harris not happy after that play. Left on an island that time.
Yeah, I think it was Stengel who'd made a great run to the near post, and again she was wide open with no Orlando Pride player anywhere near her. Ashlyn does pretty good at coming off the line and just did enough there to divert the ball out for a corner kick.
Christine Narum, who scored the second goal for Washington, with the corner.
Great header. Good opportunity for a counter here. See if they can win the ball.
Good battle going on. Crystal Dunn able to win it. And another whistle. The Spirit will have a free kick. A couple more substitutions entering the game.
They'll probably wait till after this set piece to make the changes. Most coaches don't like to make substitutions on corners or free kicks.
We'll pause just a moment for that. Hagen anxiously awaiting what both those players eager to get on the field.
Yeah, Coach Saman is going to look for both of these to make an impact.
Narum, beautiful service. The head just not enough on it as it drifts off. It'll be a goal kick for Harris. So Hagen will enter the game alongside Monica. Becky Edwards drops off for the Orlando Pride. Weatherholt as a seat for Orlando. So here's Monica, fresh off the Olympics and fresh off just arriving back here in Central Florida. You have to wonder how her legs are doing right now.
Yeah, she played a lot of games in a short period of time, but with only 25 minutes to go here, I think she'll be able to make an impact. Small change here. I think Alex and Sarah are going to play up top together. They've maybe gone to a 4-2-4 to see if they can get back into this game.
Defense for Washington has held up well tonight. Kelsey Weiss not been challenged much here in the second half.
No, apart from that little header there from Alex a little earlier, the goalkeeper's really not been tested.
Francisca Ortega gets up off the bench for Washington. She's expected to check in. If you are Orlando, trailing 2-0, even if that 2-0 lead is a bit insurmountable, ball rolls onto the field and we play on. Came out of the stands. But how important is it just to make Weiss work here, just to get some quality chances, even if they don't register into points?
Yeah, I mean, if they're not having shots on goal, then they've got no chance of getting into this game. It looks like Morgan's dropped a little deeper, maybe playing underneath Hagen. So hopefully they can play it into Hagen and she can find a way to clean the ball up and get Alex involved in the game, facing the goal. And on her left foot, hopefully she can find some strikes to test the goalkeeper.
Chasing right now. Meanwhile, the Spirit calmly work it upfield. It's been quite a road test for Washington, coming in here the best team in the league against a feisty, hungry Orlando Pride squad. So far, the Spirit have held up pretty well to the test.
Yeah, the Spirit have been good. They've been professional. They've been well organised. They've been difficult to break down, and you know they've got some great players in the final third that can make things happen. And you can see why they're sitting at the top of the league right now. Very good team.
So battle right there. Huster was in on it for the Spirit. A player a bit shaken up for the Pride. And I believe that is Alex Morgan, who has helped off the turf. Crystal Dunn will take a break. Ortega now checks in. Boy, for Dunn, she had quite a night.
Yeah, great night. First game back from the Olympics. She'll be happy with her performance tonight, and you know she did a good job here. And the Washington Spirit 2-0 up and looking like they may take 3 points back home.
So now the Nigerian checks in. Ortega, same type of skills that Dunn brings to the field. Tremendous speed and skill. She can certainly finish as well.
Yeah, in the first game, the previous meeting, she got the second goal for the Spirit, so she's already scored once against Orlando, so they'll be hoping she doesn't score again tonight.
This one on the ground, served up nicely for Morgan. Trying to work her way to the goal. The help comes a little bit late, but it got there, and it thwarts another Pride scoring attempt.
Yeah, good run by Alex there. She was unlucky not to just get past that final defender, but again, Washington do a really good job of getting numbers back and stop the danger.
Now Spencer. Two defenders on her, sends it back out. Edmonds had a clear path for a moment. Morgan with the left-footed shot deflected.
Again, another good opportunity for Orlando, but you see the Spirit defenders, 3 players closing Morgan down there, looking to block the shot. You can see where they've got the best defense in the league.
During a year where there are so many changes with the Olympics and teams having to juggle, switch so many players because they're losing players and bringing new ones in. Right now, Washington looking about as stable as a team can look.
Yeah, well, with Orlando being a new franchise, it takes a little bit of time to grow your depth in terms of your squad, in terms of being able to bring players in, getting through some draft picks, international spots. I mean, it's quite a complex way of putting a roster together in the NWSL, so it doesn't happen overnight. It does take time, and I'm sure, you know, Coach Samani will figure out some of the areas where they're missing this year, and they'll be able to bring in and hopefully be able to catch Washington up soon.
Orlando now mounting another attack. Nice pass. And a good angle. There's the shot just a little bit to the left. Caught up that time with Spencer. She had the perfect shot set up.
Exactly what we've been looking for. Great ball movement. Very good ball here. But again, great defending. Very, very good defending. Just as you think Spencer's about to score, Washington Spirit defender gets in there and just pokes it out for a corner. But that was good play by Orlando Pride. Good combination play there and created a good opportunity.
That ball sails over the net. So once again, Kelsey Weiss able to avoid Orlando points.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity there to put the goalkeeper under some pressure, curl the ball in underneath the crossbar and get some bodies around the goalkeeper. And sadly, again, a poor delivery that just went out for a goal kick.
And credit to the fans. They've been great tonight.
Oh, the support in Orlando is phenomenal, whether it's the MLS, OCB, you know, the Orlando Pride. The community has really got behind soccer here, and every time you come to the stadium, it's always a great atmosphere. And credit to the fans, whether they win, they're losing, they're drawing, they always stay, they stick behind the team, and they offer great support.
Now it's Levin from the near side. Spencer. See a lot more openings here in the second half for Orlando. They've had much more time and space.
Very good second half. They've got themselves into the game. To be fair to them, they're a little bit unfortunate to be...
Levin the nice service, and there it is! The Pride finally get on the scoreboard. Sarah Hagan off the bench.
Great cross by there by Cami, and Sarah Hagan comes in and finds a way to tuck it into the bottom corner. That's exactly what Orlando Pride needed, and to be fair, I think they deserve that goal. The last sort of 20 minutes since Washington went ahead, they've got themselves back in the game. They've been attacking really well, and that's a great cross and a very good finish. Game on.
71st minute. Cami Levin, the assist. Sarah Hagan, the goal. And now Orlando wanting more. Spencer attacking. She has got a crease. Switches field and nearly blasted that one with the left foot.
That would have been a great moment to get the second goal. Very unlucky. Again, Spencer just causing a lot of problems. Just that final ball didn't quite spill for her there, but that was a great run and unlucky not to get the second goal straight away.
Now Washington looking for the counter and a big-time opening. Williams scored the first goal. The shot saved by Harris. Rebound try as the Spirit keep it alive. Now they get a long one, and once again deflected by the Pride. Third shot at it. Harris, another stop.
Ashlyn coming up big there with a couple of great saves.
And finally, a bit of clearance. Morgan sends it back.
That's great. Just relieve a little bit of pressure there. Two great saves there by Ashlyn. First one. Yeah. She does well. She jumps straight back on her feet here and again pushes it away from goal. That's one of the impressive things that Ashlyn does the best. She dives, but when she saves it, she pushes it away from goal, not giving any opportunity for the second shot to come in.
Furious action here in Orlando over the past few minutes. The Pride are on the scoreboard. They've cut the Spirit lead in half. And now just a new sense of energy from Orlando, still with some work to do.
Yeah, they've got the momentum now. They just need to settle back in, get hold of the ball again, start to pass the ball, and the opportunities will come. Keep getting into wide areas, keep crossing it into the box, and Orlando could get the second goal.
Spirit now trying to get a nice long possession in, quiet this crowd. Ortega able to get the angle, but the shot sails. Shanks off the right side, and it'll be a goal kick for Ashlyn Harris.
Yeah, Orlando just need to compose themselves right now. They've done very well to get themselves back in the game. There's plenty of time left in this for the goal. They just need to compose themselves, get hold of the ball again, get Spencer involved, and see if they can create another couple of opportunities.
Gotta credit the Pride. There were some real tense moments in this game where offensively just did not look in sync, but they have kept on attacking. And now Kyle working for the Pride. It's Levin again. They missed her, trying to get it to the right side, but...
Yeah, got to give credit to Tom Samani. He's made some changes there, and, you know, the player that he's brought on has made an immediate impact and scored the goal, which is exactly what you're looking for when you make changes as a coach.
Hagan has done her job. Here's Morgan. Coming up playing physical. Spencer right there with her. Oh, high kick that time. Huster and their whistle.
Yeah, just need to settle here, not rush this free kick. This is a good opportunity to put the ball into the box, put the goalkeeper under some pressure, get some numbers around the ball.
Plenty of time remaining.
particularly for Orlando. Orlando are renowned for scoring late goals, so there's more than enough time in this game right now.
Presley sets it up.
That wasn't the type of service they were looking for. That's a really good opportunity. Again, first defender heading that clear.
Ortega once again. Tremendous speed she has for the Spirit.
Orlando's done a good job here of getting numbers behind the ball. 6, 7, 8 players and not a Washington Spirit player in sight. So Orlando showing good energy to try and keep themselves into the game. And as you can see, that goal's made a difference for them. They've just got to establish some possession and get some quality.
Definitely been an emotional evening here at Camping World Stadium. First home match in 41 days for the Orlando Pride. Last time they played Washington, it was right after the Orlando tragedy earlier this season. And now tonight, still trying to.
Yeah, that was a difficult time. I think it was like 6 or 7 days after the tragedy, and you know, I know the players wore black armbands, and there was some minute silence, and that was a tough day for everybody in the Orlando community. But you know, Orlando's come together in many different ways, and tonight, hopefully, the girls can get 3 points.
That game was halted in the 49th minute to honor the victims.
Yeah, tragic event.
Now the Pride with Kaylin Kyle. She has been able to stay in this game. Had the one ball squirt through her legs in the first half that resulted into a Washington goal. And now Orlando with a chance to attack again. Defenders are there. Spirit play it well along that back line.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Alex to serve the ball. She'll be a little bit disappointed, but she's just starting to get into the game a little bit. She's now playing underneath. She's not being marked by both centre-backs. She's starting to find a little bit of space. Hopefully, she'll be able to come up with a piece of magic to get Orlando back into this game.
At the start of the game, we told you about the Pride having to play the rest of the season without Steph Catley. Have you seen the result of her not being on the field tonight? Can you tell when you watch Orlando play from up top?
I think Orlando's done a pretty good job defensively. You know, you're up against one of the best attacking lines in the league, and all in all, I think they've held themselves very accountable at the back. I think the second goal was not tracking a runner from midfield. You know, and I think even the first goal, they did well at doubling down, and it was a fortunate spill. So all in all, I think the back line's done very well.
Now it's Williams, superstar for Washington, already a goal tonight. Orlando's defense has tightened up here in the second half.
Particularly Kaylin Carl, you know, historically she's played in midfield. She's been converted to a centre-back, and she's doing very well. She's a winner. She wants to win games. She wants to get on the ball. She's a leader, and hopefully a couple of more players can start to step up here.
Coach Samani will go to his bench once again. Substitution set to check in for a late spark. Nearing the 80th minute, time winding down. And still a 2-1 ball game. Levin. This is Narum. Christine Narum able to find Williams. She has got an opening. One-on-one with Harris. Shot off the side of the net. Great job by Ashlyn Harris, making her go right, kind of thwarting that attack.
Yeah, Ashlyn done well to come off the line there, and now the angle. Tony Presley's looking really tired right now.
Javia Fields will check in for the Pride, and coming out, Samantha Whitteman. So you called it. Whitteman will, in fact, exit the game.
Yeah, but a better second half for Whitteman. Wasn't quite her night. Good work rate in there, but you know, the final ball and the quality to ultimately try and fashion an opportunity and a chance wasn't quite happening for her tonight. So good change there by Tom with 10 minutes to go. That'll be his final chance to get fresh legs into the game. hopefully she can have the same impact that Sarah Hagan has had.
Jasmine Spencer has really been a workhorse tonight for Orlando. Stengel sends it back, and now Didasco. Jamia Fields chasing, and now she has it. Didn't have it for long, though, as it squirted by. Under 10 minutes to go in regulation. Washington had a 1-0 lead at the half off the goal by Williams, and then made it 2-0 here in the second half thanks to a goal by Narum. Orlando has cut that lead in half. Sarah Hagan got it done off the bench, now trying to equalize as we'll have another corner kick. Didasco comes off the field for Washington. Alyssa Kleiner will enter the game for the first time.
Yeah, some of the Pride players are just starting to look a little bit tired right now. You can tell that they've not played for a while, particularly the back line, who's been under pressure all night long. They're really starting to breathe heavy, and they're looking a little bit tired. It looks like there might be another goal in this game, and hopefully it can go to Orlando. Otherwise, I think Washington may get the third on the counter-attack just with the energy that's been spent. They're looking dangerous now.
Very humid night. We're feeling it up here in the press box. Usually get some breeze coming through here. Not the case tonight.
No, it's hot, and when you haven't played in a while, there's no substitute for games. You can train as much as you like, but you know, game fitness is very important. So hopefully they can continue to just push through here and see what they've got for the last 10 minutes.
How much does the Pride have in the tank? Ashlyn Harris, possibly the future goalie of Team USA. What do you think?
I think so. I think, you know, tonight's shown her qualities. She's made some great saves. She's been big. She's got all the attributes to be America's #1. Alex is in here.
Alex Morgan nearly equalizes this contest. If she had maybe another step and a chance to just gather herself, it would have been 2-2.
Yeah. Great ball to put her in. This is a pretty good chance. She's just stretching a little bit. She's unlucky there. Just trying to divert it into the corner. It's a good opportunity, though. She'll be disappointed again that they've not managed to make the goalkeeper make a save.
Credit Washington every time Morgan has had a chance. She's had two defenders around her.
They do it. Washington do a great job. If you look at every single chance that Orlando's created tonight, there is always two defenders trying to deal with it. They're very good defensively. They do not leave players 1v1.
Kristen Edmonds controlling with Levin.
Orlando's just got to get a little bit high up the pitch before they start to cross the ball. Crossing it from too deep is a little bit easy for Washington to deal with. These are the areas they've got to get into before they start serving the ball into the box.
Now Levin to throw it in. Edmonds trying to get it into Spencer. Defender had position. And now Stengel takes over for the Spirit. This is Narum, who just does not stop running. She has got tremendous stamina.
Yeah, she has, and she did great for the goal. You know, that was the difference, really. Her stamina and her ability to get in there, and that's why she was wide open at the back post. She steadied herself, and she put it away.
Ortega tried to cross it. But a good job defensively by the Pride that time.
Yeah, great defensive play there by Monica. She read that play really well, and she stepped in and intercepted what was a really dangerous moment.
Now the Pride with some numbers. See that back line, though, for Washington in position very much.
Collapse centrally, not a lot of distance between the units, but here we go. Chance on the outside.
Spencer deflected and out of bounds. It'll be an Orlando throw-in.
Yeah, there's just no room to get through the middle of that back line. You've really got to get to the outside and find a way to cross the ball in. That's where the goal's going to come from. Again, good block.
Back to live action now. Kristen Edmonds. Couple goals late earlier in the year against Boston. We could use some of her heroics here tonight. Under now 4 minutes to go in regulation time.
Yeah, the game's getting very stretched now. Both teams are tired. There's a lot of space.
Listen, Kleiner. Kleiner takes the shot, and it rolls on the ground. Harris will just watch it go. And the clock continues to tick. Orlando going to have maybe just a few more possessions here.
Yeah, I think there's one more good opportunity in this game for them, so hopefully they can capitalize on it when it comes.
Well, on September 10th, the Orlando Pride will be back to Camping World Stadium to take on the Sky Blue FC. Tickets are available at orlando-pride.com. I had to tell you about that next home game, September 10th, here back at Camping World Stadium. 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Sky Blue FC, always a team to reckon with in the NWSL.
Yeah, new head coach there for this year at the Sky Blue, and he's done a very good job turning that program around. They're having a very good season.
Jamia Fields chasing. Pride will throw in on the far side. Looking for that equalizer here late. Now it's Ortega. She has continued to threaten ever since checking in. Oh, that ball nearly was another one-on-one, but it rolls out. And we have a goal kick.
Yeah, Cammy Levin does well there. She tracks her runner. Very tired, end of the game, but she doesn't give up. She keeps tracking her runner and does enough to avert the chance of falling there to Washington Spirit.
You mentioned the field conditions. The early part of the contest saw this field watered much more than usual before the match, as Ortega goes down that time for Washington. But a match here on Wednesday night, plus an NFL exhibition game last night. Then a match here tonight. Even though this is, of course, the artificial surface, it still takes a beating and needs some treatment. I think we saw a lot of players slipping around just a little bit in the early minutes of this game. Footing was definitely an issue.
Yeah, Tony Presley lost her footing on a crucial moment. I think Alex did as well. But I don't think Orlando Pride utilised the surface early enough in the first half. They played a little bit too direct. They didn't put the ball on the floor and utilise the wet surface to move the ball quickly. And now as the surface has started to dry up, it makes it more difficult on this to continue to play. So I think they got the tactics wrong in the first half. I'm sure Samani didn't set them up like that. You know, the players just haven't played for a while, a little nervous. But hopefully the chance coming up here.
Morgan the flick. And one last time, Ashlyn Harris, rather Kelsey Weiss gets her hands on it for the Washington Spirit. So we've got 3 minutes of stoppage after regulation here. Still enough time for at least a couple of attacks for Orlando. Credit Washington, they have showed tremendous calm throughout the storm the Pride has been able to create over the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a great second half. A lot more entertaining than the first half. There's some good chances, better soccer being played. Orlando just been a little bit wasteful, really. Alex had a good chance, and Jameer Fields there, and both of them just stretching and not quite being clean enough in terms of the finish, but they were in good positions there. A little bit more quality, a little bit more calmer, more composed, and they could have actually got some better shots on goal and maybe got the equaliser.
So 3 minutes stoppage time. If you're Orlando right now, what are you thinking?
Just hoping that something can happen here. They can get a second ball. They can get something in wide area to fall for them. But it's going to be tough. Washington are very good at the back, and they really haven't given many opportunities away. I think Coach Samani's screaming at him there to push up, so he's trying to get numbers forward. Last couple of minutes.
Morgan navigating through Huster, but can't dodge the second defender. Ball cleared out once again. Orlando just trying to get it close, but handling it midfield tonight has been an issue.
Yeah, their ball handling and receiving in midfield has been poor. They've missed too many easy opportunities to maintain possession.
Now it's Monica checked into the game. And the second half, Pride will toss it in. Levin and Spencer, they've done nice work. They've got it now for Orlando. The service, Weiss comes up once again. They kicked it right at her.
Yeah. Again, good opportunity to put a good ball into the box with not a lot of time left on the clock, and disappointingly hits it straight at the goalkeeper.
Oh, that was a poor serve that time by Weiss. Ortega takes it away.
Orlando are going to have to win this ball back. There's not going to be much time left.
Washington knows that as Stengel trots down the touchline. Able to keep it in. And now finally the Pride able to get it back. But just not the chemistry here in the final moments that you would hope for.
Yeah, Hagen checked back to play to feet there, and the centre-back just smashed it over the top. Didn't see the cue, didn't read it, and that was a poor decision with not long left.
I would say the effort tonight has been there for the Pride. It's just still a work in progress, and I think fans may have to be a little bit patient. Definitely big things going to come from this team.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever question their effort. Every time I've watched them play, that they always give everything they've got, even right now. You know, star player like Alex Morgan, you know, doing everything she can to try and get in there. It's just the little bit of quality in the final third.
Morgan, the service, a little bit too high.
That pretty much sums up Orlando's night tonight. A lot of energy, got into good areas, and when they've got into good areas, they've just failed with that final ball, and that pretty much is a summary on the game. That's been the difference between the two teams.
Final seconds from Camping World Stadium. The Orlando Pride, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I think Samani will find himself a little bit disappointed that they maybe didn't take something from the game. To go 2-0 down, it's very difficult, but they found a lot of energy. They got themselves back into the game, and they were probably unfortunate not to get a point tonight. I think they deserve more. As you can see, the players are out on their feet. They've given everything that they've got. And had a couple of good chances at the end where they could have just nicked a goal. So I think he'll be a little disappointed there. They didn't quite come away with a point.
Final score 2-1. Washington survives a late Orlando comeback. Goals by Williams and Narum. And for Orlando, Sarah Hagen comes off the bench to give her team a lift. But not quite enough. Coach Tom Sermani knowing that his team gave it all they had tonight. They just ran into the best team in the NWSL. And tremendous effort by Jasmine Spencer. She really left it all on the field.
Yeah, she's a great player. I mean, she gave everything that she got, and you know, unfortunately, it just wasn't quite enough tonight.
Well, Mackenzie Thurkel is with Tom Sermani, head coach of the Pride.
Tom, it's not the outcome you wanted, but it's, of course, you knew this was going to be a tough competition coming in. But what takeaways can you get away from tonight?
Again, I thought the effort from the players was first class. You know, we kept going to the end. We got ourselves back in the game from a potential situation where we could have maybe collapsed and lost a couple more goals, but we kept pushing strongly. So, you know, I'm really, really pleased with the effort and the commitment of this team's first class. The thing now that we need to improve on is, the execution of what we do. So mixing that up with a little bit better decisions, a little bit more quality. And if we did that tonight, I think we might have even, snuck a draw.
Now you have 3 national team members missing from tonight's match, and they're usually starters in your regular season. How much of an effect does that have on the team?
It does have an effect on the game, but a lot of teams are affected by that. So it's it's like anything. Someone's absence is someone else's opportunity, and I think the key thing that's happened this year is that because of what's happened, that we've given players opportunities to get out there and play and be able to assess them for next year.
All right, thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Mackenzie Thurkel, doing a great job tonight. The Pride, it's going to be a tough one to swallow, but 2-1, Washington victorious tonight at Camping World Stadium. We'll be back to wrap this one up when we return to Central Florida right after this.
It's Molino now for Orlando. Profit from that. It's Baptista, and Julio Baptista has brought the visitors roaring back to life. It's the beast. Rivas again. Good looking cross to the far post as a man open. There's the header and the equalizer for Orlando. Would you believe it? Kevin Molino has done it.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
Washington Spirit victorious tonight over the Orlando Pride by a final score of 2-1. Drew Felios and Alan Huff bringing it to you along with the crew. Thank you so much for joining us. Very competitive match in the second half. First half, Washington had their way, getting on the board with the early goal by Williams. But Washington really taking it to the Pride early, just unleashing their forwards, Dunn and Williams, really making Ashlyn Harris move in the goal.
Yeah, Williams had a great game tonight, and Ashlyn did her best to try and keep her out. It was a good contest between those two.
Jasmine Spencer was a playmaker tonight. That shot sailed high by Edmond. She had a few chances.
Yeah, pretty much summed Orlando's night up. You know, Morgan hit a couple over the bar. Edmonds hit one over the bar. Spencer just couldn't quite get it over the line. It was a lot of huffing and puffing, but just couldn't quite get that. This was probably the best. That was an unbelievable header and a great save by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, credit Kelsey Weiss, able to get a hand on that one. That could have been the first Orlando goal. And then Spirit come right back. Little flick. Crystal Dunn taken down. Yellow card comes out.
Yeah, Dunn's very dynamic. She runs through the middle, then she drifts out wide. She's very difficult to pick up, and once she gets turned, she's difficult to stop.
And it was Didasco on the shot. Harris, great save. She made several of those tonight. I think another solid night in net for the Orlando starting goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think of all the players this year, Aislinn's probably been the most consistent. She's made a lot of big saves. You can always count on her. You know, it's got to be something special to beat her. You know, and probably just here, we're probably fortunate. I think she's set, ready to dive, and the goal slips, and just maybe a double ricochet off her foot, and otherwise I think maybe Aisling might have saved that shot. There's a tight angle to score from, and, you know, she got a little lucky.
Yeah, Williams just able to create. Got the break, took advantage of it. It was 1-0 Spirit. Pride, try and come right back. Had some chances here.
Again, they're falling to Edmonds again, and just wasteful in terms of, you know, over the crossbar. It's a pretty poor finish. It's a good opportunity, seeing it that second time there. She had the whole goal to look at.
Only going to have a few of those chances.
Yeah.
A match for a time when you're playing against the Spirit. And then wide open, and Narum, who just kept on going the entire night, able to make it 2-0.
Yeah, Narum does a great job, because it came from a counter-attack. Orlando City had a really good opportunity, high and wide. They failed to capitalise, and then straight from that opportunity, they went down the other end and scored, and that's why she was able to drift in on the backside completely open.
Pride just kept on playing. Levin.
Yeah, another good ball into the box here. Beats the first defender. That's the key. The ball gets past the first defender. It allows Morgan to drift into the space, and she gets a header, and she's, again, unfortunate for it just go over the crossbar. But Orlando didn't put enough balls past that first defender tonight. And every time they did, Morgan's had a couple of headers. The other time they did, they got the goal. I think that was probably the biggest area what Orlando down in the final third.
Another attack there. Spencer couldn't put it in.
Again, great defending by Washington. She's in, really, and they do a great job of just getting two players around the ball and just do enough to stop the goal.
You heard Coach Sermani say the words quality and execution. When you watch these replays, you see exactly what he meant. Here's Levin this time, and finally. The Pride able to get in the scoring column as Hagen puts in the back of the net.
The first time, look, great ball there. Misses the first defender again. It's in between the goalkeeper. Hagen makes a great run and finish. If Orlando could put more balls into the box like that, they'll score a lot of goals. Morgan's movement's very good. Hagen's movement's very good. They just don't get enough balls like that to create opportunities, and if they do, that's where they're going to get a lot of goals from.
71st minute, Orlando was alive and well. Washington on the counter just minutes later, and that's when Aislinn Harris just came alive.
Aislinn comes big again. You know, two big saves. You know, Presley's tired there. You know, they've put a lot into the game. She comes off a line and spreads herself big. You know, Aislinn's a great goalkeeper, and she proved it again tonight.
So Orlando hoping for some final chances as the clock was winding down. This was probably their best one. Fields not able to get a good foot on it, and once again Weiss there to make the save. There you look at our shot story. Washington just two better than Orlando. Any numbers here really stick out to you as you look down the line?
No, I think as you look right now, it's a pretty even game. I think you'll find the difference in the scoreline was just Washington were able to give it a little bit more quality, a little bit better execution in the final third, and they were able to convert the opportunities they had. Orlando were a little bit wasteful when the opportunities came to them, and ultimately the crosses into the box and the service into the box just wasn't good enough. And that was probably the difference between the two teams.
Well, our next home game is September 10th. Our next match is September 3rd in Houston, Texas, as the Orlando Pride will head to Houston, BBVA Compass Stadium, to take on the Houston Dash. That is Saturday, September 3rd at 8:30 p.m. And there's our next home match, one that we can be a part of back here at Camping World Stadium as the Pride take on Sky Blue FC. Tickets available at orlando-pride.com. And plenty more soccer from here at Camping World Stadium this Sunday. 7 o'clock, New York comes in here, and this should be just a fabulous match as the MLS season also comes down the stretch.
Yeah, the MLS team again, you know, they're looking for some wins to get themselves into the playoff mix. Little bit of rivalry there with New York. Both came into the league at the same time, so even though we're not from the same state or from the same region, there's that little bit of rivalry. So expect a big game on Sunday evening.
Just a great environment for soccer here at Camping World Stadium. You see some eager fans and players signing autographs. So great to be a part, a great family atmosphere here at Camping World Stadium. If you have not been to an Orlando Pride match, I encourage you. It's definitely as fun a night out as you can have.
Oh, it's great. I mean, we're very fortunate that you know, there's only 10 franchises in the country, and we have one of them in Orlando. So I recommend people coming out to the game. It's a great atmosphere. As you've seen tonight, the fans continue to cheer the team on right to the end. And the team's got a lot of heart and a lot of spirit. They go right to the end. And, you know, it's testament to the coaching staff and the players. Hopefully they can just get back on the training ground and find a little bit of quality in the final third. And I think they can win some games.
No autographs go unsigned. Orlando, a good performance in the second half. Not quite enough. Washington gets the win tonight. Orlando will look ahead. 4 games remaining in this 2016 inaugural campaign. Final score, 2-1 from Camping World Stadium. For our entire crew, alongside Alan Huff, I'm Drew Felios. This has been Orlando Pride Soccer from the NWSL. Have a terrific weekend.